Everybody, and welcome back to Lies of P. Last episode, we made it through some of the church, or what's it called? I think it's a church for Angelico, isn't it? Right? St. Frangelico Cathedral, that's what it's called. Along with running a few errands, and that is what this episode is going to start with, is a handful of errands. First, talking to this very upset mistress.
I'm surprised to see who's, well, alive. Oh, where are my manners? I'm Cecile, and I serve the Archbishop. I'm the only one left. Everyone's dead. From the petrification disease, or from the monsters. I didn't die. But my heart breaks more each day. Can you do me a kindness? Bring me the holy mark from the Archbishop's quarters. The Archbishop was a true saint. He was my savior. If I write his words into my heart, maybe it'll give me the strength to carry on. I can't die. But perhaps this can help me live again. Please, bring me the holy mark as quickly as you can. I can't die. I can't die.
Alright, so her quest line is she's the last person left alive. And she gives us the lore drop that all of the monsters in here are victims of the petrification disease. Now, we are going to go to the St. Frangelico Cathedral big doorway first, because like I said, I have a errand I want to run. If you remember last episode, when we dropped that massive fire cauldron, well, I don't know if cauldron's the right word, the massive bowl of fire, it burned all of the big puddle of decay and a big mass of bodies, which was hiding a stairway down with some very useful stuff that we definitely want to check out. So I will see you guys once I get there. Get rid of them now. So we're gonna come down here. I hear one walking around. Whatever. It'll be fine. And we have a box in some sort of prayer room. Which leads us to a cryptid vessel. Now, cryptid vessels are given to Venini, and actually I'm just going to go ahead and use the Moonphase pocket watch to go back to the Hotel Stargazer, because then we can give the supply box along with the, I think we have 2 cryptic vessels now, right? I think? Question mark? Whatever, we have some errands to run here. We're gonna start by going over to Polendina, giving him the Krot supply box, along with selling some shit to him.
Welcome to... This is a supply box, officially approved by the city of Krot. I shall open it and add it to the hotel shop. Many thanks, good sir.
Alright. What new stuff do you sell? You sell another quartz, which we're just going to go ahead and buy off rip. Bright red apple, which we are also going to buy off rip. I don't need to buy those. At least not yet. I don't think I'm going to end up needing to buy those at all, but you never know. We can get rid of the cat dust. Cat dust basically just makes you like half invisible, I guess. It makes you harder to see. But I'm not really worried about that. I'm gonna get rid of you. I'm gonna keep the rest of that. Come over here and upgrade this to get some more damage output.
Isn't this a cryptic vessel? Well, I would expect nothing less from you. What I mean, of course, is that this is a humble invention of mine. A cipher device. Once your information is locked in here, only you can get it out. Of course, once people realize the value of a truly unbreakable way to keep secrets, knockoffs flood the market. The trials and travails of true genius, forever copied, never credited. But I admit, even some of these knockoffs could still hold secrets. You're welcome to take a crack at, well, cracking it. Who knows? It could lead you to something truly valuable. Or at least more practical.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and
May
decipher
I
it.
be of assistance? I can decipher this in moments, if you'd allow me. I admit I'm a bit rusty, but it's all starting to come back to me. Genius never sleeps and never truly abandons the truly brilliant. What? No, of course I didn't read the contents. Who has time to read anymore? But I could help you read it if you want to.
Alright. So, now, these are kind of like treasure hunts. So basically what that one just said is that we need to go back to the bridge that we fought the Mad Donkey on, and the nearest one to that is going to be probably here, I would imagine. But if you remember, there was a puppet that was strung up. Oh, I should have bought a sawtooth wheel, because that'd be the cheapest throwables to do this. Damn it, I might still have one. Maybe. Possibly, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Do I have a sawtooth wheel? I do not. We'll probably just use a throwing cell. It is what it is. It is what it is. But all of the cryptic vessels kind of have a story behind them. The stories are relatively redundant, or like super fine character lore that, quite frankly, I don't need to get into. Again, I don't know the lore as well as I do in Dark Souls 3. Also, as you can see, this game has a weather and like day and nighttime system. We just throw throwable at this. Item drops from it. 4. A message from Adelina. Now we need to go to Elysian Boulevard. At least back up to Elysian Boulevard. Please get out of my way. I'm surprised he didn't hit me. And go to the address, which I already know where it is. But the way that you find it is all the doors in Elysian Boulevard have like addresses on the doors. I remember this one actually took me quite some time to find, which is goofy because it's literally right out here. Like it's right here. And it took me so long to find it. So we get this. I'm pretty sure it's Owl Doctor Mask and Quartz, right? Owl Doctor's hunting apparel, that's what it is. And Quartz. Alright, so, and then that's the end of that cryptic vessel. Now we're just gonna run back here. Now that we have, I think, 3 quartz, we're gonna head back to the hotel again. Use those 3 quartz, and actually, I think we'll unlock the next, I think we'll get to phase 3 is where we're at now. I think. I want to say we're at phase 3. I don't know. We'll see back at Geppetto. Alright, so I've got 3 quartz. Which of these do I want? Amulet slot. We're gonna get Enhanced Perfect Guard Destruction. What else would be good in here? Reduced stamina consumption from dash is nice. We'll get that. Now we have phase 3. Enhanced pulse cell recovery 2, which will be nice. Increased cube uses. I haven't used it yet, but that one's not necessary, but it is kind of nice. And then here we have add belt slots 1, which I don't think we're gonna need. And then shorten fruit bearing time, which has nothing to do with us right now. It doesn't really matter. We'll probably, and it doesn't really matter overall, to be honest. I think think I will do these two. The increased cube uses and enhanced pulse cell recovery. Oh shit, I still had one that I can spend. Oops! I'll be back. But I think we're going to start with the pulse cell recovery first, because that's definitely the more important one. Let me up. Navigating the skill tree is kind of a pain in the ass. Okay. What do we got? Perfect Guard, Destruction Enhanced 2 is one we'll probably end up getting. Increased Pulse Cell 3, okay, we're definitely gonna get, definitely gonna end up getting that. Quick Wish Stone use is very, very nice. Same with Charge Fable when reviving. This is basically just Flynn's ring, without having to use the ring. Reducing item prices is nice, along with the ergo increase, but we are just going to go ahead and get that extra pulse cell. And now, I will see you guys back at the church. Okay, and we are back in the church. Now, down here there isn't anything, however we are going to end up opening that gate eventually. For this area, you are likely going to want to have, at the very least, a handful of attribute resistance ampules. If you have purification ampules, they are nice to have here. I'm just going to put the resistance ones on, because there are going to be a handful of those puddles of decay around, and a lot of enemies. Oh, I forgot about you! There's a trap there, if you couldn't tell. Now, like I said, there are a handful of things of decay, and also, those things are going to fall from the roof and give a shitload of decay. There's a guy up there that's going to be shooting at us. We want to fall down here, because there are a handful of very nice things down here. So first we're going to get this box. I don't remember what you have. I think you have an armor bit. Oh no, a Legion caliber. Awesome. Then we have a purple butterfly. Now the purple ones are different in the sense that if you don't deal enough damage quick enough, not only will they disappear, they'll teleport to a different location. This place is cursed. It is an abyss of hell. You cannot leave. The only thing waiting for you is despair. Oh, wow, sounds like a fun vacation. Then we're going to come up here for, I believe, another box? No, not another box. They call it the Arm of God. You arrogant ones, you have called the wrath of God upon yourselves. Keep that in mind, the Arm of God. Anywho, this just leads right back out to where we just were. So if you're fine taking a little bit of upfront damage to get a Legion caliber, and I honestly forget what the other item was, then I would, or an advanced crank, then I'd recommend dropping down there. Might as well. Alright, and we're going to be coming around to that big fat ass later. Actually, pretty sure it's going to be like right now. There's another one of those things that'll drop in on your head. Okay, I didn't want to focus on you, but I guess we're focusing on you. Also, we're two-shotting basic enemies now, which is very, very nice. You won't get me, bitch. You won't get me either, bitch. Alright, and then here we have one of those puddles of decay that I was talking about, to which we are going to activate. Actually, we're going to fight these guys first, and then we'll activate it, just to get the most usage out of it. Pulse cell, attribute. Now there's an item here that we're going to nab, and then we're going to run for this doorway here. And we did not get decay, very nice. But had I not used that attribute, resistance ampule, then I definitely would have gotten it. Also, you can do the attribute, I think it's like attribute resistance increases in the P organ, and that'll also help you. This guy we're going to end up using our fire on, so we don't really have a reason not to. Wow. They nerfed the fuck out of those guys. Wow. Alright, we're going to take this lift up to what is very uncommon in this game. A friend. Look at the fire in my blade. It's kind of a cool effect. It looks a lot cooler on like bigger swords. like the 7 coil sword or stuff like that.
Damn it! I can't find the way out. Monsters everywhere. I need to grab my share and leave.
Alright, and we have an absolutely gorgeous view up here too. There aren't any items around either side. But here is... Well, he'll tell you.
Oh, that's odd. I thought I was the only one with a sound mind here. Sure I don't need to introduce myself? Note these golden wings? Yes, you guessed it. You don't know who I am. Preposterous! Everyone in Krat has heard of me. Do you live under a rock? I'm Alidoro the Hound. Treasure hunter extraordinaire. Yes, it's a nickname. I ditched my real name in the past. I'm looking for other survivors of this disaster, but it's been a lonely search, and there's danger around every corner. Do you know of a place where I can take refuge? Preferably someplace clean and comfortable, you know, civilized.
We are going to tell him Vanini Works.
Vanini Works? I didn't give that place much thought. That's where the puppets are being made, after all. But I heard tell of a shelter there as well. With no first-hand knowledge, I suppose I have to trust you. I have a lot of searching ahead of me, so why don't I lighten my load? Consider this an act of charity. A thank you gift. Take it.
Now, that is counted as a lie. Don't worry, he'll find his way to Hotel Krat of no inconvenience to you. Now, from up here, we have a very, very nice view of Krat, along with a lot of areas that we're going to end up exploring. Over there is Hotel Krat. Over there, I believe, is the Opera House. I'm pretty sure that's the Opera House. Down there is where we fought the Scrapped Watchman and all of Elysian Boulevard. That bridge there is where we just were and where we smacked that one puppet off of. There's Vanini Works there. What else? Is there anything else I can see from up here? I don't think there really is. Or no, that's a bridge that we came in on. My apologies, that's a bridge we fought the Mad Donkey on, not that one. But anywho, it's just a very, very pretty sight.
Since you're so helpful, I'll give you a peek at my collection. Show me what you're worthy of.
Now, he is the guy that you give boss souls to. Or boss ergo, I guess is what you would call it. The only one that we could use here is Etiquette. It's not bad. I would say it's one of the better boss weapons. Its parry is like an umbrella. I mean, it is an umbrella, but its parry is like the umbrella puffs out, and I believe it deals more destruction damage, I believe. And then there's also, if you don't like the boss weapons, there's amulets. Upon successful perfect guard, temporarily increased damage inflicted by weapon attack. That could be useful. I know I'm not going to end up using the Holy Sword of the Ark, which is an incredible weapon. It's very heavy, and it's pretty slow, and it uses a lot of stamina, but once you get used to it, it is probably one of the best motivity weapons in the game. Not the best, but one of. So, definitely viable.
As a descendant of aristocrats, the very best families, I have a duty to the common people. I live my life fulfilling that duty. And part of that duty is ensuring these items are returned to their rightful owners. What I'm showing you is just a portion of the collection. If you come to the refuge, we'll be able to continue our confabulation. Until then, remember this hound when golden wings shine.
Alright, and then on his back, you can see he carries the red-hilted halberd, which is a weapon we're going to find way later in the game. I believe that's the 7 coil sword that he has, which is a boss weapon he's actually selling now. And then he also has the exploding pick, which the woman that we fought last episode, the Atoned, was using. But overall, we're actually going to end up getting our end weapon from him. We're going to use a boss weapon because I am a little bit of a whore for boss weapons in games. they're usually not even really all that great. They're just cool. I can also probably take this head off. I mean, it looks... Maybe we'll leave it on. It looks goofy. We'll leave it on for a little bit. For anyone that doesn't know, it's a Parade Master's head. There's a guy that's going to come in our right, yeah. Smack you. Vivid Ergo Fragment. I'm pretty sure we're actually getting close to the boss now. We're gonna go up before we go left. Now this, there's an enemy in here, but you can also hear there's all of these, all those in there. The things that like to fall on your head. So we're just gonna do a quick run around to the room to get all those to fall. To get the Archbishop's Holy Mark, which if you remember, Celine wanted. And I don't remember what's in here. Workshop Union Strengthening Frame, of which we will be putting on. Is there anything else that I need to swap out or put on? I don't believe so. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and drop down here to get an item. Gemini's Emergency Protection, or as I like to call it, 70 Ergo. At least I'm pretty sure it sells for 70. Extra Ergo, nonetheless. And then we're going to continue on through this left here, of which we're going to drop another big flaming bowl. Which burns up the other big decay pool that we were just in, along with the decay pool that's going to be ahead of us. I forgot that you were there. Special resistance ampule, which is literally useless right now. However, later on it is going to save our skin very, very much so. So, this is kind of a shortcut. Or no, that's the wrong way. Hold up. Not doing that quite yet. If you want... Never mind. I'm actually going to tell you guys not to drop down this because there's a shortcut very, very close ahead. Don't drop down that or you're going to have to go through the entire area again. Don't do it. I was about to say it's okay if you do it, but that's a terrible idea. Don't do that because the shortcut's literally right here. Don't drop down that. Alright. Get this, and then as you can see up here, you can see by the summoning bowl that we have the next boss. And sing and praise for a new saint has arrived. I, Saint Andreus, will consecrate this land. Saint Andreus is the one, or Saint Archbishop, interchangeable on this, are the same guy. Okay, so we're gonna head to Cecile.
Oh, thank you.
Cecile.
Just seeing the Archbishop's holy mark renews my spirit. It's a reminder of the quiet power of faith. I'll remember this forever, Stalker.
Now, something that I'm going to say about her, we're not going to get the note quite yet, but it's pretty redundant. There's talk of Saint Andreas getting into the church because he renewed someone who had murdered her entire family and ended up hurting her hand. As you can see, Cecile here has a cast on her hand, which at first you can just presume to be the petrification disease, but it turns out that Cecile was essentially a mass murderer, and Saint Andreas converted her and, quote-unquote, I guess saved her, in a way, and that's why he was ultimately chosen to be the Archbishop of the time. So he did legitimately start with a lot of good intentions, but as time went on, as you may know, and as I kind of said, his motives started to change a little bit more towards greed and being self-centered, rather than actually being the holy man that he claims to be.
Welcome to...
Now, so you... Did I not buy... I didn't buy that. Why didn't I buy that? That was dumb. Sell you. I can sell an advanced crank. I can sell the weaker version of you. Does Alidoro make it here right away? He doesn't. Okay. If you tell Alidoro to come to Hotel Krat, he'll be standing right here. but I reckon it'll be a little bit because we told him to go to Vanini Works. Which, if you remember, Vanini Works is not a nice place to be right now. Alright, it's gonna help, don't. Do you have anything new to say? You do.
I am able to wield ergo. They call me a listener because I can hear ergo. I inherited the power from my mother, who hated it, called it the devil's power. So I kept it a secret that I could talk to puppets. Now you are the only one my voice reaches. So I beg you, please, save Krat.
Okay, so with this boss, I would recommend having these resistance cures, because true to this area, this boss is going to be dealing a lot of decay. However, just like everything else in this area, it takes a shitload of fire damage, so I would suggest using Flamberge along with the fire grindstone. Now, one thing I'm going to say, unlike the Dark Souls games, I feel that out of any Soulsborne game, or Souls-like, if you're ever going to summon for bosses, Lies of P bosses are very reasonable, just because of how strong they are. At least pre-patch they were. I remember, I don't want to spoil anything, I'll call it out if I remember, but there were, I think, 2 or 3 bosses that I had to summon for, and even then they took me multiple hours. I'm going to try every boss a handful of times without specters, just because it makes the gameplay more fun to watch. And it's also more skillful, but at the end of the day, if you need to summon, there's no shame in it. I think I'm actually also going to, I think the way I'm going to do this, I'm just going to fucking go crazy with fire damage, I think. And then we'll put these here. Yeah, I'm right with that. Let it ride. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Archbishop Andreus. Now, this boss I remember being very, very difficult. Also, conceptually, one of the most interesting bosses I've ever seen. I forgot your moveset. So this is going to be very interesting. Wow, he's just hamming on me right now. Now, the biggest thing I can recommend is to just keep dealing shit ton of fire damage. Oh, I just missed it. There we go. Easy phase 2, what the hell? He used to have so much more health. Like, triple that. He's so cool. Now we have what is kind of a duo boss fight. So you can attack either side of him. However, attacking Andreus deals a shit ton more damage, but he also deals a shit ton more damage, and he's a little bit harder to hit. You can still attack the other side, and I would recommend doing that if you're struggling. There's Flame Proc, and he'll actually normally spin around a bit. For this attack, get the fuck away. Because it hurts very badly. Try to get that Flame Proc on him again. Alright, now he swaps around his other side. Damn it. Alright, come over here. Get this. No, 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 no! Oh, I missed it. Whatever. He's dead anyways.
And now, the stage is set.
Now there's a very interesting cutscene. We're gonna get some monologue here.
I want to go back to the old Krat. The old me. Before the greed overtook me.
Now, a little bit of a lore dump. If you remember, there have been connotations towards a group of people called the Alchemists. Now, Geppetto and a lot of other people really don't like the Alchemists just because of their... I guess you can call them business antics, would be the right definition. But essentially, what happened with Archbishop Andreus is he sort of... How do I word this? He started out doing the right thing, and he was the right kind of holy man, and he was doing a lot of good for his subjects. However, the alchemists were like, hey, you've got a big gathering of people here. We could use some test subjects. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'll continue on with that later. Now we have Cecile's written confession, which is just proving that she was indeed that killer, and then another record. And now we're going to go ahead and head back to Hotel Krat. My other timestamp was 25. This one is sitting at 13:30. So quick math, it's like what, 38. We'll do this Krat run, and then we'll probably end the episode. I don't have another quartz, I don't believe. I'm actually just going to check that right now. I don't. Okay.
Welcome to...
I have actually nothing I need to sell to you. Never mind. Sorry, Paladina. Kind of just blue-balled you. Now I think Alidoro's over here? No. I forget the requirements to have Alidoro come here. I know he will eventually. But anywho, Panini.
I've been investigating the puppet frenzy, and it looks like I need your help. First, let me show you a little something I've been working on. I call it the Ergo Wavelength Decoder. The name lacks a certain flair, but I assure you it works. If my suspicions are correct, something in the puppet's very ergo is causing their aggression. My decoder can find malicious signals within the waves, but I cannot possibly get close enough to gather the ergo wave records myself. You, on the other hand, would you? Could you? I refuse to believe the King of Puppets is truly behind this puppet rampage. It's too simple, but also a bit too much even for him. No. I suspect the ergo itself is corrupted, or at least compromised. I do so desperately want to find the cause, as I'm sure you do too, my friend. It breaks my heart to see puppets turned into murderous tools of bloodshed.
Alright, now basically this thing allows us to, and I'm gonna take this off probably just entirely, because we're gonna be undergoing a little bit of a change. Might as well swap this stuff around. More Vanini stuff, why not? Vanini's fly, we can be fly too. I don't think you can actually get his top hat, which is kind of sad. But basically this allows us to see how the puppets are communicating. However, it doesn't work right away. This item is what makes New Game Plus so interesting, because there's a yawn every time. Because it lets you see what the puppets are saying, which adds so much to the story, it's ridiculous. Playing through this game the first time and then playing through it again with the decoder is pretty much like playing two entirely different stories. It's very, very well written. Can I have one. For the area up ahead, we need acid. However, I don't have a Legion plug, I don't believe. I do not. Okay, so we're just not going to worry about that then. So, with that said, Sophia, where did you go? I'm going to level up quick. I think about, what, 2 levels?
It seems nowhere is safe now. Maybe those who went there seeking refuge became monsters somehow. But the petrification disease turns you to stone, not into a monster. I'm worried about the Malum district, just below the cathedral. I wonder whether there are monsters there, too.
Alright, I think we have 2 levels. Let's dump technique. So, with that said, that is probably going to be the end of this episode. Next episode, we are going to go through Malum. We might get to the boss of the area. Maybe. I don't know, that's going to be a pretty big push. I guess we'll see. Maybe I'll get to Malum. Well, definitely get to Malum, but to the boss Malum. But anywho, my incessant rambling out of the way. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and yeah, peace.